Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank, where I climb the online VGC 16 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. It's been a really fun couple of episodes with Ramos' team. Of course, this is a team featuring Ho-Oh, Mawile, Ludicolo, and Rayquaza. It's really the core that we've stuck to for the last couple of episodes, and if you've not seen the last couple of episodes, I highly recommend them. They've all been some really solid games, and I feel like I'm picking up the team, but obviously haven't been using Weavile and Cresselia as much. But we're just going to jump onto the ladder, currently with a rating of 1742, so trying to make a deeper push into the higher 1700s and the lower 1800s. And once again, huge thank you to Ramos for the team. He lent it to me to use for a couple of days, and you guys can follow him on Twitter, and it's in the description below. Honestly, it's a really cool archetype, and Ho-Oh Mawile has really been impressing me, and Ludicolo as well. But we're going to find Guile with a really cool team here. Rayquaza Xerneas, I think that's actually one of the other archetypes that's underexplored, and I expect some top-level players to be using it at Worlds. No one's just figured out the right combination of Pokemon to surround that right now. So, we've got Rayquaza Xerneas, Raichu and Scizor, Landorus T, and Togekiss. So kind of fun fact, Togekiss and Scizor actually won the U.S. National Championships in the Seniors Division. We saw Carson St. Denis have a absolutely dominant performance, especially with the Scizor. Really good check to Xerneas. Obviously, I'm not running Xerneas, so I'm not as concerned, but the Landorus Raichu, Raichu is a Pokemon that we saw a fair amount at Nationals. Landorus really kind of died down after 2015, early 2016, but I think it's still really solid, and that's actually really concerning for me because Rock Slide obviously can just one-hit KO my Pokemon. So, this is really tricky. I don't think I want to bring Ludicolo here. I think Weavile might actually be a good call. I still want Ho-Oh. Let's go with Weavile. Mawile's still really solid. Yeah, Weavile, Mawile, Ho-Oh, Rayquaza, so I get the Intimidate. Intimidate's just so good in this format, and obviously there aren't that many good Intimidate users. There's Salamence, that's probably the most common one. Mega Mawile is still viable, but we don't see it as often, although I think this team actually supports it incredibly well. Landorus Therium form. Scrafty's actually seen some usage. Phil won the Australian National Championships. He's a pretty seasoned player over in Australia. He had Scrafty on his team with the Big Six combination. One reason why Scrafty's seeing more usage right now is because of Cresselia and Bronzong being on all the Big Six teams. So Scrafty, typically with the Assault Vest, you're able to Intimidate, Fake Out, and Knock Off for a lot of damage. So I'm going to go with my Weavile and my Mawile lead here, get the Intimidate right away against Raichu and Landorus. So, it's not the best, also not the worst, since obviously my opponent's free to just go for an Earthquake. Let's see. The other question is, I wonder if he has Encore with Raichu, because if you do, you could Encore. I mean, we have Fake Out pressure right now. See if I can eliminate. I mean, these are the two Pokemon I want to eliminate. The Ho is pretty good against Xerneas. I don't like my matchup, honestly, too much. And I'm not sure if I could have brought in Cress or Ludicolo. I mean, Cress here as a lead maybe could have been good. You know what? The interesting thing here is, do you fake out Weavile? Because otherwise I could just Ice Go Crash. I want to fake out an Iron Head Landorus, and I think that's what I'm going to do. He could protect Landorus or switch out. Okay, Raichu switches out. But the question is, does Landorus protect here? If it doesn't protect, then I'm in a really good position, because then I could Sucker Punch Ice Go Crash next turn. But I think we're going to see it protect, unfortunately. I almost play rough the Raichu slot, too. Does he protect? No protect! Okay, that's really good. Well, let's see how much I can do here. Landorus is going to flinch and get this Iron Head off. Yeah, he should be in Sucker Punch KO range now. So, I wonder if he's just going to let me Sucker Punch, because you wouldn't expect that. I could also double up onto Rayquaza with a Sucker Punch Foul Play. He could have Overheat, and I don't want to lose Mawile because I do have Xerneas. He probably has Xerneas in the back. I want to double up on Rayquaza really badly here. Or I'm just going to Foul Play. Switch into... I don't like that play as much. Oh, he doesn't switch. Oh, he could be Scarf. That's the other thing I was thinking. I actually, because I don't have pressure. That was not a good play. Yeah, he's staying in with both. Okay, he's gonna Mega Evolve for Quaza. Yeah, I don't like the Ho switch in there. I should have just attacked. Unless he has Overheat, and then he makes me look a little bit smarter. Okay, so I'm protecting or switching out, and he's not Scarf, so I just knocked out Landers here. Which is good. That's probably the biggest threat to my Ho-Oh. And he does have Overheat. Thank you for making me look smart. I appreciate that, opponent. That's too nice of you. Yeah, Ho-Oh takes that like a champ. That's really good. And he's Life Orb. Oh, man. Oh, this is that's just too sweet, man. But obviously, it's still not over, and you never want to underestimate your opponent, even if you make some couple good plays early on. That easily could have gone, very differently. So Raichu's gonna come in for my opponent. That's fine. Question is, does he fake out? I think I'm just gonna Ice Skull Crash for Quaza and Sacred Fire. Raichu. You go Volt Tackle Ho-Oh. That'd be a good play, actually. I wonder if that knocks me out, because Ho-Oh's so bulky. Oh, but he's just gonna fake out. Okay. Onto Ho. That's fine by me. And Extreme Speed. I like that. Actually, I like that a lot. Yeah, it's really smart. I don't think Ice Skull Crash can knock him out since I'm Intimidated and the Air Current's up. But, we'll see. Oh man, it's bulky. Oh, that's fine though. No problems with that. I suspect we'll see a Volt Tackle. Oh wait, no, the Air Current is up, so that's actually a big deal because that means Volt Tackle's not super effective. Yeah, that's huge actually. So I'm actually just gonna go Foul Play, and do I want to knock out Rayquaza or Raichu right now? Like, I could Sacred Fire, but I think I want to eliminate the Rayquaza because then I have Mawile in the back. Oh, but he actually switches out. That's interesting. Oh, actually to get rid of the current. That's a strong play. Oh, it's Scizor in the back. I should have considered that. I thought it would definitely be Xerneas. That's a little bit scarier. Well, let's see how much Foul Play does. Oh, he's Thunderbolt. Nice. But I should have Sacred Fire there. I totally forgot my opponent even had Scizor in the game. Oh, that does so much. So that actually sets me up to get a free switch in right now, which is nice. I'm gonna switch into Mawile. I should have considered Scizor. If I just Sacred Fire there, I could have won. But this should be fine still. See, he has Thunderbolt. Do I double up here? So I want to eliminate Scizor because then Rayquaza and Mawile just win. So I think I'm just going to Foul Play here. He's probably going to want to Bullet Punch, maybe Thunderbolt. But I'm willing to trade that. Yeah, so I'll just Sucker Punch and Foul Play. I think I should have this one, but let's see. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, nope, wait, no Bullet Punch, or is he? Yeah, no Bullet Punch either. Maybe going for a Superpower or a Swords Dance. But I figured, like, okay, let's say you Bullet Punch my Weavile. Actually, a play my opponent could have made was Bullet Punch and Thunderbolt my Mawile. But then if you do that, like, I knock out your Scizor, and then now it's Weavile and Rayquaza against your Rayquaza and your Raichu. My Rayquaza can knock out the Rayquaza with an Extreme Speed, and his Rayquaza is forced Extreme Speed, and then it's Life Orb Rayquaza, which can just Extreme Speed knock out Raichu. So I think I had the game locked up, but this most definitely is over. That was not proper English. So I should just Foul Play an Iron Head, and yeah, it turns out predicting Overheat was actually a pretty good call early on, so thank goodness. Although we didn't see Xerneas come out from my opponent's team, but you know, you can understand why when I've got Mawile and Ho-Oh, like, I want you to bring Xerneas. But, you know, it's still scary because a lot of times it's like if you lose that one really good Mawile counter, and in this team it's mainly Mawile, or one really good Ho-Oh, Xerneas, wow, getting all my Pokemon mixed up. You know, if that counter goes down, then, and you don't realize, like, the late game, you might just be screwed because suddenly you're like, oh no, I don't have my #1 tool to deal with Xerneas, and that's why Xerneas is so good in this format. But we have a pretty nice win in the first game of today's episode. I mean, key points in this game, I was able to eliminate Landers, fortunately, and it wasn't able to do anything. Weavile, being such a fast fake-out user, was able to put on so much pressure from the start. I got all that free damage off turn 1 because I had an optimal lead matchup, and that's why lead matchups are just so important in this format. And so I was able to get a pretty good one and capitalize off it. And fortunately, you know, not losing Mawile to an overheat, that's a big deal because my Mawile definitely would have fainted to a Life Orb overheat there. So that play really being one of the better turns from my end. And, you know, it easily could have gone the other way if my opponent either made a different prediction or I just went a little bit too aggressive or didn't expect overheat. But fortunately enough, that was something I had in the back of my head just because he didn't have any Fire-type Pokemon. So it was like, he probably needs a Fire-type attack to deal with Steel-type Pokemon in particular. And it just happened to work out. But cool team from my opponent's end for sure. We didn't see too much of Raichu and Landorus. I was actually really interested in seeing the special Raichu again because, you know, nowadays Raichus love carrying Volt Tackle specifically for Kyogres. But we actually did see a special Raichu on Gary Chian's team, and Gary got top 12 at US Nationals with it, and that's because he was running the Endeavor Feint set. But well, we got another legendary, cool legendary combination today, so not your typical Groudon, Xerneas, or dual primals kind of stuff, but Salamence, Groudon, Dialga, Kangaskhan, Ferrothorn, and Smeargle. You guys may remember Dialga making an appearance on Road to Ranked back when Wolfie and I were doing some content. Of course, Wolf let me borrow his regionals team that he won all the way back in February, I believe, and then we did a best of 3, and he was probably one of the best Dialga players this year just because it's not a very utilized Pokemon. And he had Dialga Kyogre. Dialga Groudon is really interesting. We've seen a couple of notable players like Florian Daflo use it. You know, I think Shoma, the world champion last year, was using Dialga Groudon earlier on, like way earlier on when he did an exhibition set. Might be remembering that incorrectly, but pretty interesting team here. Dual Megas, Smeargle obviously always the biggest issue. But, let's see, definitely want Ho-Oh once again, given like he's got the 2 steel types. I mean, Ho-Oh just has a pretty decent matchup overall. Excuse me. You know, Weavile's honestly not too bad here. But, like, Ludicolo is always just so essential against Groudon. I could go Ludi Ho-Oh, but I still just like Mawile Ho-Oh, honestly. So I'm going to go with the same 4. I mean, we did throw it up a little bit, or change things up a little bit with a Weavile on the last one, but we're going to get into this one. So let's see what my opponent ends up bringing. I don't remember if I said this in the introduction because I have short-term memory. No, I don't actually have short-term memory loss, but sometimes I forget. But yeah, as always, if you enjoy Road to Rank, please share your support by leaving a like in the video. I would really appreciate it. And if I did say that in the beginning of the game, I'm a noob. So we're going to see Mawile and Ho-Oh against Smeargle and Dialga. Okay. Huh. This is scary. So I've got Lumberry on Ho-Oh. I don't know how fast the Smeargle is. Like, when I see this lead, I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be slow Smeargle and Trick Room Dialga. But he also could be fast Smeargle. So I think I definitely want to just launch a Sacred Fire into that slot right now. The question is, do I protect Mawile? Do I attack? I'm leaning towards attacking here. And I think I'm going to go for a Play Rough onto Dialga, just to get as much damage off. Like, the thing is, this lead isn't that offensive. Dialga, of course, could have Earth Power, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, so he probably has a way to hit Mawile for super effective. But, oh my gosh, my DS is dying again. This DS's battery life is garbo. Okay, no Protect on either. I get the Sacred Fire off. He's not even Sash? Question mark? But he's gonna get Trick Room up successfully. So, I mean, yeah, but that's like the best turn 1 for me. Like, I'm not complaining whatsoever. Yeah. Be right back. I'm gonna go plug in my charger. This time my pants are on, I think. Okay. I think he's so sad if my DS died right now. But here's the Groudon Dialga combination. So Dialga actually does get access to Gravity, so Gotta wonder if he's gonna go for a gravity right now. Like, if he doesn't have I mean, you could have Rock Slide, I guess, as well. So I'm actually gonna try to get my Ludicolo in safely. Dialga, Groudon, it's probably gonna be Kangaskhan or Mence in the back. So I'm just gonna go for a Brave Bird. If I get that off, that's great. I'm expecting to like a Gravity Precipice Blaze combination right now, but I want the free. Maybe I should have switched Ho-Oh out with the Ludi. Actually, yeah, should have done that. Oh, but no, he goes for an Eruption. Well, let's see if Dialga has a way to hit Ho-Oh for super effective. Ho-Oh takes that with over 50%. Wow. No super effective, so I should be able to survive this Dragon Pulse, but that's still gonna hurt. Yeah, that does hurt. But that's also special Groudon, which is interesting. Oh man, that actually does a lot of good damage there. So I could Sucker Punch right now. Do I want to conserve Ho-Oh? It's been one turn of Trick Room. I have Sucker Punch pressure right now. Sucker Punch Extreme Speed probably knocks out Groudon. I don't think maybe Dialga could survive. I doubt I'm slower. I mean faster. I don't like this play too much, but I'm running out of time because I'm a noob. So I'm gonna go for the Sucker Punch, because if he Eruptions again, then I'm gonna actually probably be able to survive it. I think, maybe. And I'm Assault Vest Ludicolo. Okay, so I do get the free Sucker Punch off. Does a lot. And he just Eruptions. I think I should survive that with Mawile. Please? Okay. That's nasty. That's really cool, actually. Rest. I'm actually a big fan of Rest users. That explains why he doesn't have Citrus Berry either. But that confirms 3 moves already. So that's 2 turns of Trick Room down. Now I can Fake Out. I mean, Sucker Punch is so obvious on a Groudon, but I think I'm still going to go for it. Because he's forced to switch out now, basically. Or he could Protect. But I'm just going to go for the Fake Out Sucker Punch play. And he's going to stay in with both. Okay, can I just knock out Groudon? Because that would be very nice. Yeah. Cool. So my opponent probably hoping I would overextend there, and I know I'm in the position right now where I'm already ahead, so I don't want to overextend, basically. This is going to be the last turn of Trick Room, so Ludicolo maybe could put in some work here. I'd expect Kangaskhan. Salamence. Oh, that's nice. Is it nice, actually? Maybe not so nice. It's actually still not over because Salamence kind of wrecks my whole team. But I can survive a Hyper Voice. Yeah, actually, the issue is I also don't have a great way to hit Dialga. Yeah, I'm still not in a great position. Like, I'd rather have seen Kangaskhan there. So I think your Salamence kind of has to Protect right now. Out into Ho-Oh. Play Rough in case you don't Protect. No, I should have played Rough Dialga. Actually, I need damage. I might have just screwed myself over. Shoot. And he's gonna Mega Evolve. Yep. This is actually bad. I don't have enough firepower right now against these guys. Yeah, he's gonna Protect. Kinda had to there. But this does mean I probably get a free switch in, depending on what Dialga does here. Okay, so he does have Flash Cannon, so he does have a way to hit my Mawile. Trick Room expires. I gotta bring in Ludicolo now. Yeah, I think I might have actually lost this one. Like, I needed Play Rough onto Dialga there. I mean, I can just Fake Out Brave Bird, and then he'd be in Extreme Speed KO range. But then it's like, do you call the Protect correctly? It becomes a 50-50. Is there any way I could win this without it being a 50-50? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Maybe I do need to just go for it. I was considering the Tailwind play, but then he could just protect Trick Room. Oh, he actually went for the double protect. Cheeky. Ah, shoot. I don't even know if Extreme Speed can knock out this Salamence. Oh, I don't think it will. Oh, I'm a noob. I should have Ice Beam. I didn't think he'd actually go for a double protect there because the odds aren't even really in your favor. But I think I might have just screwed myself over. Yeah, I should have gotten a play rough off against. If I had Sash here, that'd also be nice. Unless somehow a Life Orb Extreme Speed can knock out a 40% HP Mence, but I'm not counting on it. Because I can't Mega Evolve. Like, if I get Mega Evolve, I feel like I could get it, but... Oh, he also could just protect Dialga and Dragon Pulse. I mean, protect. Nope, he doesn't protect. Can Extreme Speed somehow knock it out? Oh! It's still not over, though. I think my opponent can still win. I'm assuming that critical hit matters. Oh, and he's actually faster, too. I think he still wins, then. Yeah, because I don't survive. I went for the Skull trying to get a burn. Because... Burn, 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 burn. Crit? What the hell? This is so dumb. I feel bad for my opponent, but he obviously has the rest option as well, so even with all that RNG, wow, I mean, that was literally the luckiest I could have gotten. I don't deserve the win here. I'm trying to think what I could have done better, though. Like, play roughing the... Actually, yeah, in retrospect, I think what I should have done that turn was just double up into Dialga, predicting the protect, or, you know, target one of my two. And then the thing is, he can't knock out my Mawile and Ludicolo at the same time. He has to either Hyper Voice or Double Edge, so I could just pick up the knockout on Salamence. I think I really choked that one that turn by switching out too often. And it's still not over. But a crit burn, that's ridiculous. He's probably going to rest. Oh, he's not going for rest. I'm a Assault Vest. 83 down to... He did Dragon Pulse earlier, I forgot. Oh, wow, that actually still does so much. I lose then. Unless somehow this gets a mega critical hit. Dialga being faster than Ludicolo too. Wow. So yeah, this was definitely a game I should have won. But you know, Salamence Dialga is a really strong combination. Like Rayquaza actually doesn't do diddly squat against those two. Like Weavile in the back actually could have won me this one as well. But I think I had the game locked up. I'm trying to think. Okay, because Salamence has to protect there. Actually, no, he made the play that the reason why I actually ended up not staying with both, because he had the option. He went for a, what was it? A Dragon Pulse on a Ludicolo, so I was most likely in Hyper Voice KO range at that point. And then he could pick up a double knockout. Maybe if I predicted the double protect and hope he fails, which is something I was anticipating. What else? Otherwise, yeah, not play roughing the Dialga there. That was actually a big deal because that chip damage, I mean, I would have needed some RNG in the end, and I actually did get the RNG that I needed, but I would have needed additional damage as well. But because his Dialga was faster than my Ludicolo, he was able to just Dragon Pulse twice for the knockout. So a really well played game for my opponent there. I thought I had it locked up from the start, but I just took way too much damage. And then the rest from a Dialga was such a big game changer because once Dialga heals back, suddenly, you know, my tools to deal with it are significantly reduced. That's why Dialga is really nice, especially against Rayquaza. Like, you can just kind of dunk on Rayquaza. You know, Mawile, he had the Groudon pressure, and I took just too much damage through Eruption. But yeah, that feels like a game where it's like I really had it, but then like Trick Room became a thing, and then Ludicolo was slower than Dialga, which I wasn't expecting, and then Salamence can kind of run through this team because it hits Rayquaza, Ludi, and Ho-Oh for a lot of damage. So I think my error was actually not bringing Weavile. If I had Weavile, then the late game I definitely would have had locked up, I think. But by having Rayquaza, like, it got one extreme spot and it needed a critical hit. That's where it kind of lacks when it doesn't have Focus Sash as its item. But really well played by my opponent, and it shows the power of Dialga and Salamence there. Probably could have been a little bit better played by me in the end there, but honestly, I thought my opponent maneuvered that really well to get Mence and Dialga in the same time, and I thought it was really funny because I was like, oh, it's Mence coming in, this is so good, and then I was like, oh wait, no, Trick Room is ending, and now he can Hyper Voice everything. Maybe the Tailwind play would have been the play as well, but then he could just protect Trick Room, so I'm not sure about that. But really, really good game to my opponent there. Very well played. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. Once again, I mean, just credit to my opponents in both the first and second game for featuring some pretty cool teams as well. It's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Alright, peace.